Thomas, and I teach sociology and psychology. Sociology basically is the study of human interaction. We look at things like culture, social norms. We love to talk about people. That's really what sociology is all about. We discuss people and cultures and what different groups do. Psychology, on the other hand, looks more at the behavior of the individual. So instead of looking at the behavior of a group like sociology, psychology looks more at the behavior of individuals. In psychology, we talk about all sorts of fun stuff, child psych, adolescent psych. We talk about some of the different famous psychologists. We also discuss abnormal psychology, so we're going to talk about things like sociopaths, schizophrenia, mental illness. We talk about a lot of things in both classes, but psychology looks more at the behavior of individuals.
Which do you find harder to teach, sociology or psychology?
It kind of depends on the makeup of the class. In sociology, it's more fun. Well, hello. If kids know what's going on in the world, if they don't really have a basis of knowledge for what's going on in the world, then sociology can be a little bit harder for me to teach. Kids tend to have more of an interest in psychology. So that's not really an answer, but I enjoy teaching both of them, but it just kind of depends on the makeup of the class.
Do you prefer teaching only seniors, or would you like expanding other grades?
Well, the nature of the level of thinking that you have to have, it's very abstract for psychology and sociology. So really, for most freshmen, just because their cognitive ability is not as high as a senior, it would be difficult for them to understand a lot of what we talk about in psychology and sociology. So it's really better suited for older students. I have had a couple of juniors and they do fine. Kids' schedules are so full, though, I think it works really well as a senior class.
Do you have students that often get offended a lot when you're talking about a sensitive subject in class?
Not as much in psychology. It can be a little bit tricky in psychology if we're talking, say, about mental illness. And I have a lot of students, or not a lot, but in the past I've had students who have, anxiety disorders or depression, something like that. So for some kids, or maybe they have a family member with schizophrenia, so for some kids it can really hit home. And that can be kind of a tricky, sensitive subject. But really, sociology, because we talk about controversial things like race and poverty and gender inequality, sometimes kids get offended when we talk about those types of things. But I just kind of try to keep the conversation moving and make sure that everyone knows that their voice can be heard.